we all do. But we are going to Creed's house, and it's gonna be a pretty long journey, honestly, to tell you the truth. Oh man, my nose. Oh, dry boogies there. Keep forgetting to like my other videos. Ah, ain't got no subscribers. That's okay. I'm just starting off. I need to make some better thumbnails, but hey, shit happens. Whoops. Nope. There we go. Sorry about that black screen. Oh my god, I'm jerking off. Okay. Got everything out of my throat. Okay. But today we're going to be talking about my biggest thing about my channel is I like to talk about life stuff and that. You know, people don't like talking about that. But let's go ahead and go make fun of some people. Doesn't like making fun of people. Oh, boo-hoo, people get hurt about it. Making fun of someone for their own stupidity is their own fault. Luke is the Birdman. Has joined the Force. I never understood why it doesn't say Shining Force. It just says Force. You know the title of the game is Shining Force. But whatever. Okay, let's go. Okay. Well, anyway, and I gotta go get the steel sword. I think it's down here. Oh god. I think it's right. Let me get the steel sword really quick. Here we go! Down here? Yes, it is. There it is. Okay. Yes. You want to grab the steel sword right away. Just because of the next battle. Let's see how good this next battle's really hard. Middle sword? He's got a lot of agility. God, he sucks so bad though. Garbage. Sorry about the sniffles. Oh no, level 2. Oh, that was pretty cool. Whoa. Cool. The last level 2 does. Try to do shit. Magic sucks in this game a little bit. Look at that pansy. Oh, come on. Oh, I got one. 2 life, 2 magic. Oh, cool. Should I get promoted at level 20 or get promoted at level 40? I'm always asking myself that because the game's pretty much pointless at level 40 because you're like enormously fucking powerful. Or should I get a enormous level of actual promoted? I don't know yet. Most of the times it's oh man. You get up into you, hey turtle. Go get Geralt on the bench. I love Geralt. Some people never get him on the team. I have no idea why they don't. Ooh, he catches everybody on fire. What a dick. Yeah, I got that scared. Oh God! No! Holy shit! Ugh. Ugh. God, I hate sneezing. I live in St. Louis, and we just got an actual snowstorm, a light snow for like an hour and a half. So the allergies, everything's going to haywire. Oh, here comes my dog. Oh man. Anyway, stop walking my bed. You're dirty. Yeah. Nope. Oh. Nope. I thought that double attack might get him up. I'm curious if double attack and critical have something to do with agility. Come on, Slay. Stop being a douche, get up your 2 attack. Like one of the other characters I actually really like. Oh, you're trashy. Trashy, I say. Come on. Yay, I got it. Sorry for that value. Yay. No. Go away, puppy. My dog is here, being a dog. Nah, she just wants attention. What is it? What? I'm gonna go upstairs and watch Criminal Minds with Mama. Aren't you guys gonna be surprised when you see my camera? People, if anyone does watch this, is probably gonna be thinking like, look at one of those fat dorks that sits in my basement. I'm like, I don't know, I'm a little fat right now. I'm working on it. 2 alive and 2 defense. Not that big of a dork. I like talking, of course. Who doesn't like talking? Gotta be a dumb fuck not talking. Can't get smarter unless you talk. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works in the system. How it always works. But you all over here. Let's watch 2 seconds. Nice, your fuzzy ass. Fuzzy, that'd be that. But I'm not gonna be just a streamer. And she's dead. Ooh, got tongued. Felt kind of heavy. A little heavy. So I know some streamers now. I look at some streamers, they look so dull. They like sit in their chair and like, are you playing these games again? Like, they're cool people. They're just like, they look dull. Especially you just start off this year. Unless you're a model or you got like enormous tits and shit, like a woman in that. Most times I see a lot of women modeling start off during the pandemic and they make enormous amount of views and shit super quick. I'm just like, all you do is show off your tits. Ruby, what are you doing? What are you getting everything for? I mean, I don't mind. Looks matter a lot. Especially all you jack-offers out there. You get so obsessed with that shit. You know, creepy-ass simp people that, like, fall in love with women you know they don't want to be you to fall in love with. But she said that she likes me. Figuratively, dude. Figuratively. It's not like she really fucking likes you. She probably has a really hot boyfriend that she fucks every night. She's not gonna be obsessed with some fat fucking loser that sits there and sucks up to a woman, thinking that's what a woman wants. But I say loser, I mean someone that doesn't admit that they're wrong, or just like does weird stuff like being addicted to a woman that doesn't fucking like you. I've been there, done that. When I was younger than that. You know, that's like the money cult type thing that goes on. You get these guys that like got a lot of money in that, and they like pretend to finger bang these girls and that, and then like they just fling money at them. Like, dude, they're just using you for money. And it might make you feel good if you don't take it too seriously, but you can't have a pretend girlfriend. That's fucking stupid. A pretend girlfriend. You can have a social online friend that's a girl, or a girlfriend social. Because you can talk and chat about stuff and that and learn, by all means. Learn from a woman. Don't have her, like, you know, go down this road with you just to get money from you. Oh my god. My fan base is so huge. Why? Because I show off my boobs a lot. That's fine. But beware, you got creepy motherfuckers out there. You guys are creepy as fuck. Just like that whole, what the fuck was it called? That one creepy ass lady. She wasn't even attractive, but she was fucking ugly as hell. I don't know how the fuck she had a fan base. She wasn't that good looking. Oh, what the fuck was her name? Cindy Lou, or Susie Lou. Susie Lou. Not even attractive looking. The bitch was fucking ugly. She had a big ass fan base with a bunch of creepy fucking people. Cause she posts her little tits and shows off her little cleavage and that. And then the biggest simp was her ugly ass fucking big headed motherfucking boyfriend. That's a fucking retard too. Got slandered and slammed because he's a dumb fuck. Congratulations. You ruined so many people's lives with your fucking stupidity. You fucking reject. He's a pathetic fucking loser anyway. Now that is a fucking loser. Someone that sucks up to a control freaked woman. She got called out by an enormous amount of women too. What the fuck's going on with people's heads, man? You can make money being positive and being trustworthy, then there's the lie. Just don't fucking lie. You did reaction to anime and that. You didn't turn it, you made it easy for yourself. That's called corporate greed. You're fucking being greedy as fuck. You want to sit there and pretend that you're not greedy by sucking up to a bunch of retards, basically, that follow you? I mean, you're average looking at best. Anyone can jack off to any girl that shows a little bit of boob because the imagination comes out. But damn, have some self-respect. Just a little bit. Fuck. You fucking idiots walk out there and just throw money at every piece of ass you see. Slow your roll, man. Ain't all about that. You know how you get a girl? Just be your fucking self. You'll find someone that's like you. People that sit there and just like keep on fishing, yeah, you might get a fish, but it might not be the best fish. Like, I stopped. I got to know the women I talked to. I talked to some hot ass women. Maybe because I'm attractive looking, so it comes natural. Yeah, sorry. It's not my fault you got shitty, dumpy ass genetics. Go talk to your ugly ass fucking parents. To blame it on them. It's just how it is.
I dealt with a lot of depression things when I was younger. I thought I wasn't attractive looking. And now I figured out that I was. Oh my god, my whole entire life, I was an attractive man. I had girls that wanted to talk to me, that they were too scared. Now now I get away with almost anything. Literally. I can grab a girl's ass if I wanted to, and she'd be like, that was weird, but she wouldn't care. I mean, if I knew him, of course. Like, for instance, this girl at the gym. She has a boyfriend. He's a big guy, you know. He works out. He's in football now. He's a pretty large guy, and she's very attractive looking, super good looking. And like, I talked to her. We're finally getting to know each other now. She's starting to open up to me, which is nice. We're talking about what we want to do with our life and that, and blah 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 blah. It's beautiful. It's tremendously beautiful. And you know, she doesn't care if I talk about her butt. She doesn't think I talk about her ass and that. She doesn't care. It's like, man, you got really nice ass. You know, you work out good and that. And she doesn't care. She laughs like, ha ha, everything. I mean, but she still talks to me. So we're still like, you know, talkative. And then I start to notice. The eyes start to move. She starts to look at me more. She starts to glance at me more, showing that she has some sort of interest in me. Doesn't matter what the interest is, it's a sort of interest. Like, I'm not gonna go down the piper and say like most dumb fucks do. Like, oh yeah, she stared at me because she knows I got a big dick or whatever the fuck it is. No. There's certain kind of things that women look at. It's not most guys don't have that big a dick where their bulges are hanging out past their shorts. Keep dreaming. That's not how it works. So I started to notice this. And it was nice. You know, we started talking more. She slowly talked about herself a little more than that. We're starting to grow a relationship. You know, she has a boyfriend then. Still, evidently, she still has some type of thing for me. She's young, she's 21, and she's extremely hot. I mean, she's very well in good shape. And that's what I like. I don't want me a fat girl. I want me a girl that's in good shape. Why? Because I want to be in good shape. That makes sense, right? Yeah? Okay, then we'll leave it at that. You know what? But if a chunky girl complains about it, like, why don't you like me? I'm like, well, because you're doing things that I don't do, so why the fuck should I like you? It's because you know, say you got an enormous rack and that, but you're massively unhealthy. I don't want to be unhealthy, so why should I be with you? Do you guys do that? No. Do girls do that? No. They normally fall in love with someone because they want someone to be in love with, and with that attention. But that's not how it is. You fall in love or you get in a relationship with someone that has similarities to you. And that's how it works. So that's what you do. Similarities. There's some things you might be the same in, but you know, health and fitness is one of them for me. Yes, I'm gonna get more attractive looking women because most people that are intelligent, more or less, are a little bit more intelligent and, well, they have better looks too. Sometimes. For the ones I see, you know, the girls are fucking amazing. They're very beautiful. They're very, I can't say they're brilliantly smart, intelligent as me, but you know what? No one's gonna be intelligent as someone that actually wants to be intelligent. You know, knowledge doesn't just come out of your ass and all of a sudden you're just like, ooh, I know everything. That's not how it works. You gotta focus on it. Just like me, I've been studying, you know, I would say I've been studying human beings myself. Emotional, psychiatric stuff for a very long time now. For like I say, imagine over a decade. That's a lot of studying, researching, developing, strategizing, you know, scenarializing. And that's what I like to do. So I do it. Does it make me happy? Yeah. I like to know things. Do people think I don't know nothing? Of course. Because they're morons. You don't have to believe me. But I surely make sense. If I make sense, then I guess I must be right, right? Oh my god, I fixed the problem, you morons. Was I? Another wrong with it. You can be dumb. Being dumb before you're smart? Obviously, it's gonna happen.
You know, besides you're gonna wake up in the morning and know all mathematics, you gotta train yourself with it. Some people know a little bit more mathematics than others because their brains are more entwined to it. Fine. That's great. Just like me that. I love studying people, relationships, first off. So anything to do with emotional, I love studying that because that's part of my meditation. I'm very huge in that. Very, very huge in that. And I, cured my own depression. I more or less bounced it out, so I'm not feeling depressed when I get frustrated. So I don't get depressed. It's more like a thought process, really. I just think it out. And I don't feel bad anymore. Anxiety's going away because I know too much. If you know too much, you don't have anxiety. Because anxiety is just because you're overthinking stuff. I accept things for what they are. So... So if I know that a girl likes me, for instance, because that's like the most important thing people like to talk about. See ya. There it is. Yeah. That's just how it is. Like, when you think about when you're younger than that, the more popular cool kids were the ones that just did their own thing. They became their own self. Oh, I got fire. Okay, I can get the other sword then. Yeah, this is a side mission. You can do this later on, or you can do this now. It doesn't really matter. The battles are not that much harder. It's 4 better. Not bad. But yeah, that's just how life is. Life takes you in this weird way, and that, especially when it comes down to, okay, that's where I have to go. I'm not going there yet. Especially when it comes down to, relationships. People get, let's see right here. Yeah, this is how you get... Basically, you're supposed to do this right now, because it's how you get Achilles' sword. And that's a really nice sword. It's like 3 or 4 more attack. I don't know who else can get this sword. I don't think anyone else can get it. Besides Luke, but Luke fucking sucks. Yeah, Luke's just horrible at it. It's just like a barbarian or whatever his name is on the first one. They're just good because they can fly. But their attacks are horrible. Like, they have chance of doing double attacks, I guess, more because their agility's higher. I guess. But it's just like, Oh, that's what changed. Hunt Goblin. Okay, so they don't have the big old trebuchets. Not trebuchets, the big old arrow launcher guys. That's cool. They changed the designs of the sprites, which is really fucking awesome. Yeah, this game brings up a lot of childhood memories. I played this game so much when I was younger. Throughout the multiple decades I've been alive. Yeah, I played this during my 20s and that, and my early teenage years and my later teenage years. I played this and played a lot of Duke Nukem. I wish I could get Duke Nukem going on my computer and that, which I should be able to get the emulator for it. I have to go see. I really played normal Duke Nukem. That game is so much fun. I had to attach a remote to my thing. I haven't had a computer in so long. There's just so much crap that I do, like making title cards for my channel and that. I haven't focused on it at all. I'm trying, hopefully try to get another job soon. I thought I'd at least make my channel somewhat big before that, but God forbid. It's kind of a pain. Yeah, Viva. I think my talking points are great, but like I had this one guy, I was playing EverQuest, and he came on that, and he was talking, and he's like, oh man, I remember EverQuest and stuff, and he was really cool about it, he was really excited about that. But you know, he like watched my stream, and then started playing EverQuest with me, and I'm like, oh, I want you to play it with me, I want you to watch me play it. If you play it on your own time, that's fine, or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I got him in the playing a game he hadn't played in a while. I'm like, okay, that's nice. I haven't played with him because I don't play it anymore. EverQuest 2 is too much money, you know. Like, I'm a very kind of like, you know, I play stuff for a little bit, and if I get bored of it, I stop playing. So I start playing emulators again. Emulators are free. These games are old as fuck, so I rather play these. Why not? These games are amazing. He's like, I'm probably gonna do Phantasy Star 4, which is one of my other favorite games other than this one. I definitely am deeply Phantasy Star 4s. A really big game for me too. All this nostalgic stuff. These are the things I go to. You ever want to think about how I fixed my depression and that? I went to these video games. I went to like older anime, so like Inuyasha or Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star was amazing. I used to watch that quite a bit when I had streaming. Inuyasha and Dragon Ball Z, Outlaw Star, a couple of Cowboy Bebop. Them are the ones I kind of really like got into. It's your childhood. You ever know why adults always like, oh man, I wish I could be a child again? You can. I mean, yeah, you gotta work in that, but you can always make a couple hours a time. Well, that seems sort of dependent. I didn't even look at it. That looks awesome. You know, a couple hours of time is good for you to sit there and become a child again. I mean, people run around making families too damn fast, and they're all like, oh, I gotta make a family, and I gotta become an adult, I gotta stay an adult. No, you don't. Who says that? I mean, it's fine, but you don't need to do that, though. Your childhood is what keeps you alive, what keeps you going. People have to really understand that. Childhood is great. It's great to be a child. It's great to be, you know, not act like a child, but it's good to have that positive thinking of a child, because positive thinking is almost everything in life. The more positive you think, the better off life is, right? Exactly. What the fuck? No defense, you bastard. I keep forgetting I need to. And staying positive is the best thing. That's one of the things I'm trying to work on with my father, for instance. And he has issues with positivity. He's very negative, and like he makes up a lot of excuses now about things, which is fine. You make a fucking excuse, make up fucking excuses. But eventually come back around as you think about the excuse you made, and then make it not an excuse. Make it say, I fucked up. You know, and then learn from the mistake. Oh, man. Up here. Chia. But yeah, you'd be super surprised. Like, the way I was raised. I'll talk about myself a little. The way I was raised? You know, I was raised, you know, in a house that, you know, my dad was, you know, he's very negative, so to speak. So I had like negativity. You know, more like, I'd say like bully type tactics. Not all the time, but when he got angry, got fed up with stuff, he would lash out. Which made it really difficult to be, you know, I would say, positive, because you deal with negativity for so long. Eventually you just break down, and then you start to develop depression and anxiety and that, because you second guess everything. You know, I deal with it my whole entire life. I'd say until I was about 29 to 30, and then 31 as I am now. I changed so dramatically. And why, you ask? Because life is a pointless endeavor if you don't have a positive way of living. To attack. Oh, look at that slay. Good job. So, if you can never finish the goal in your life, then you're just wasting the life that you have, right? We have to agree with that, honestly. So if you can break out of it and become more positive, it's a positive thing. Think about your childhood happy thoughts. It's as easy as that. So for instance, I think about this game. Okay, what do you think about this game? What's with this game? Back then, I believed in demons and angels. I was a little religious in that. It sort of looked pretty cool. So I believe in being a hero. You know, fighting off demons, fighting off bad people. So my whole entire life, I always wanted to do something that was, you know, good, for instance. But the biggest thing about that is being good means you have to be brave. Being nice, you have to be brave also. Bravery works in that way. So you have to be brave. Brave takes time. It's not easy to be brave. People think it's easy. No, it's not. Being brave is actually rather difficult. Why? Because you have to be afraid first before you understand what it is to not be afraid. That's all it is. So imagine your whole entire life, you were always afraid. How can you be brave when you're always afraid of something? Well, you can be brave by being someone that's a bully, which attacks people that are weaker than them. That's the only way you can be brave, because you know you can handle it. Until that kid kicks your fucking ass, and then you sit there and cry like a bitch, but shit happens. But that's just how it is. So, you know, oh sweet, there you go, Slade. You do that. As I grew up in that, I always wanted to be a hero. I always want to fight, you know, people that are unjust. Why? Because I felt that life should be more bad or more good than bad, less bad and more good. And that's what I like. Fucked me up. No, so I mean, that's how the life I try to grow up to be. And when it came down to it, you know, you fight that demon. And it gets to that point where you're just like, man, how can I fight something so evil as in, you know,
someone, you know, myself, for instance, you know, being scared and mad, being afraid, so hurting others to make myself feel good. But then I just like, you know what? It came down to it. I just accepted. I accepted things for what they are. So when something bad happens, what do? We get mad and upset because we know it's our fault. We know we fucked up, for instance. And then we regret it. And that regret turns into guilt and turns into fucking to depression. So that's the reason why, you know, people always seem to have a lot of issues. Because they always say this question. And this is a very, very important question. No! Oh, I gotta figure he's gonna die. I guess I can get a Kiwi. I really don't want to, though. He's a little weak right now. I'm gonna get someone else on my team. I might actually transfer out May and get rid of Chester later on and get some other people on my team. But yeah, it's just really weird, you know, when you deal with those, you know, how it took me, you know, say 20 years or so to get out of it. But is it worth the 20 years doing it? Absolutely. I mean, I still got a 40, 50, 60. Maybe if I meditate hard, maybe I got infinity. Maybe I can live for whole, you know, multiple generations. Yeah. Might as well try. Yeah, good idea. Keep it that. So it's very concerning with people that have shitty families or semi-shitty families, semi-functional families. A big yawn. Okay. Pick this fucker up. What do you and water. Yeah, that's how you make you guys super strong offensively. Because you can get, I think you get like 4 of them. You can get like 16 more attack, which is unfortunately extremely high. 2? Hell no. I'm an asshole. I do not like playing. 3? Hell no. I'm gonna move a different spot. 3? Nope. Nope. Come on. I already screwed up on my fucking protect milk. There it is. I messed up my protect milk a lot. I only got 2 instead of 4. I think it's 100% more. Blow. Evil. Army of Darkness. I'd say that's another one of my favorite movies. Army of Darkness. Austin Powers. Gold Member, for instance. That was like one of the things I always went to when I was younger. I watched a lot of Lord of the Rings in high school. Lord of the Rings was fucking amazing. I love Lord of the Rings. A lot. That's a very good movie. I used to watch it non-stop. Non-stop Lord of the Rings. Whoops.
Look at all that power. It's got 60 of attack. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here. Fuck, my hand's starting to fucking hurt. Trying to get all that corporal tunnel. Just want all that jacking off I do. Oh. I'm curious if you could go back in there later. Because I think later on when you come back... it's just weird that you can't get through there. I'm curious what's over there. Oh well. Shave. I think I'm probably gonna quit in a little bit. I'm gonna try to take this game a little bit slow and not play. Probably play like 30 or 40 minutes of it. I'll probably stop right here. This is a enormous raft, by the way. And yes, I did work out really hard today. I changed my routine up where I'm just doing extremely amount of repetitions and just dropping weight like crazy. So I'm trying to build as much mass as I can, and that's the best way to do it, is doing low rest, high reps, and different weights. So just go down the line. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called, fucking hell. Supersets. On everything. So that's when I get down to like doing leg curls and that, because I'm going to do leg curls tomorrow. I'm not going to do squats. Leg curl must start off at like... Probably start off at like 150 pounds. And just fucking waste them. Just keep dropping and dropping and dropping until my muscles are just fucking done. Now that I get really fatigued, they just fucking hurt. I'm tearing them so... I'm not allowed to wrestle, but I'm tearing them a lot. And we'll see how that works. There's no pain, no gain. I feel pain. My triceps are fucking killing me. My biceps are killing me. Forearms are killing me now. And my chest is hurting a little bit. My shoulders hurting. I do a lot of shoulders. Try and get them back delts in. Pain in the ass. Just trying to get that muscle activated. A lot of it's just activation. So like my chest, and I'm trying to get my chest to activate more. So whatever I do chest presses, and then I can really get that chest to fucking rip. Because this year's gonna be the year I want to build, you know. Hopefully get the max amount of muscle I can build, which would be like 10 to 12 pounds. So I mean, it's gonna be a lot of focus on legs, more or less. Try to hit those legs more often, which I've been doing pretty good, and shoulders too. Back, I could do back in that. If I can get a good warm up, then my back will be okay. But I still have kinks in my back a little bit. So I'm still. I did a really good stretch today, which hopefully when I fall asleep, it'll relax enough, and my neck will start to go back to where it was. Oh man. But yeah, subscribe and like. I would love to actually talk to actual people. That I don't mind answering any questions about anything. I'm enormously fucking intelligent. I mean, yes, I can play off people and how you talk and that. I'd be able to figure stuff out based upon that. But yeah, you know, subscribe and like. It'd be nice. It'd be amazing to reach 1,000 followers before the end of this year, or subscribers, like at least get some type of ad revenue. I am gonna start trying to focus on doing probably do more retro-based games and just do playthroughs. I'm not gonna do back and forth between different games. I'm gonna do like a full Shining Force 2 playthrough, Phantasy Star 4 playthrough, Shining Force 1 playthrough. I'll probably stick more with Sega. I might start doing some PlayStation 4 stuff. So like when the new Resident Evil comes out, I'll probably be streaming that, and I'll probably be streaming the new Diablo. Not Diablo 4, no, I don't fucking care about Diablo 4. But Diablo 2 Resurrection.
I probably will end up doing some more Shining, or not Shining, Fantasy, or a Final Fantasy VII original playthrough. So I'm gonna try to do a bunch of other things now. I gotta keep on going with this. I've been a little lazy on it, but you know, it's just a little upsetting that I'm not getting many subscribers that just started, and a lot of it's just because there's so much people doing out there, but I don't give a fuck what everyone else does. Those retards out there don't talk about anything. You're not gonna gain anything other than them just watching. And honestly, yes, because I don't have a camera. Please. I'm not a bad looking guy, more or less. I've been called very attractive looking. Guys get jealous over me, so we'll see what happens. When my fan base starts to grow. Because I really don't want to have to fucking go back to work if I don't really have to. If I do have to go back to work, it's going to be a part-time job. I really want to see if this works. Because I am getting older than that, and YouTube's it's an enormous bay for people that want to sit at home and make money. Because making content is rather hard. You gotta talk, you gotta be able to produce. You know, it's easy to do, you know, Subway sandwiches day in, day out, but it's harder to do because you gotta think of what you're gonna play, you gotta think of the titles you're gonna make, you gotta think of what you're gonna talk about, because you got a whole hour or so of talking, and you can't just talk about just the game, because, you know, I mean, you can, but it's not gonna be enough. I talk about the history of Shining Force 2, at least as much as my knowledge is. Excuse me, but I like to be more diverse. So I see a lot of people that, you know, some people talk about problems and that. Like, I watch a lot of Eurogamer and that, and I noticed that that Zoe lady, you know, she talks about anxiety, depression, because she has it a lot. I don't know why. I mean, you got enormous fan base. You have all the attention you want, but I would love to talk to her, honestly. Not even to, like, fix her. I don't care about fixing people. You can do that yourself. Honestly, it's just to know why they have such a depression, anxiety issue when you have so much. You have so much. I have nothing. And I'm laughing. I'm having fun. I'm talking to myself because there's no one in chat. I have 2 subscribers. That one subscriber is my niece that doesn't even watch my videos because she watched a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, it would be nice. And I love to, you know, talk to Zoe and that about her anxiety problems and that. I'm not a doctor. I just research stuff. I study stuff. And I go through my own personal experience, and I go through everyone else's experience that wants to talk to me now. I brainstorm. There are a couple decades of doing this shit. At least 15 years, so to speak. You know, I mean, you can study stuff, and the more you study it, the better you get at it. So, I mean, if you do go for school for psychology and that, you might go into it for like 2 years or something like that, maybe, I guess. But when you study it and you promote it for yourself for 10 to 15 years of studying it, that's more than what any psychologist that's done it. I mean, you don't think about it because you don't care about it. You're all worried about, you know, how to get laid in that. Well, I figured that out too. You got sex problems now. I'm a genius with that too. I'm very, very well versed with that. Because I researched that. I don't need a doctor's degree on how to plug a girl's hole. That's stupid. Anyone that watches porn and studies it, you can literally learn everything. And you ask. You ask the questions. Men are scared to ask girls questions about, oh, does it feel good here? Does it feel good there? Sometimes they do. You know, I commit that first that you're going to. But just know it in the first place. You could talk about it. I mean, I used to do, you know, pleasure treatments on the phone with women and that. And, you know, it worked. You know, they loved what I did and that. I made them happy. So I devote myself to studying it, so now I know. Why don't I have a girlfriend? So you may ask. Because I choose not to have one. I don't see the point in having one that I might not find someone that I actually want to be with for the rest of my life. I'd rather find the perfect person and be done with it. I don't want to date around like everybody else does. Go to clubs, go to bars, you know, go online, stuff and that, or, you know, I don't see the point. I go to a gym,
I like to work out, so I'm going to find someone that likes to be healthy, likes to work out, and that's it. So I mean, when it comes down to it, it's gonna happen. But I just... sometimes it's better to wait and just see what happens in life. My main goal is meditation. I do sing. I do know how to dance. I've been doing it for, you know, a very long time. My singing is off and on. Pitching is very hard without a microphone or, you know, a specialty microphone that mimics the pitch just right. My biggest thing is in meditation, martial arts, and weightlifting. Meditation is my #1 thing, and weightlifting is my secondary thing. If I could show you how I meditate, that's the reason why I don't have much of depression. I could talk about it and make your head spin, and I will talk about it, because you ain't gonna be able to figure it out at all. There's just literally no way. I mean, it's such a small chance. Basically, this is the biggest thing I done when I was little. I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z and that and all this stuff. I always wondered, like, Dragon Ball Z, how can they charge up? What's key? What's the energy, the aura around us that we burst out? You know? So I was thinking about it, it's like, what's, you know, how can you, like, pulsate energy in your hands? You know how, like, Videl with Goku, or not Goku, Gohan was teaching Videl how to conjure up energy. He said, relax the core and just focus on, you know, putting stuff in your hand. And then, you know, you can use that with your body to learn how to fly. I always thought about that. I'm like, well, that seems pretty possible because, you know, we are electrical-based creature. We have electrical sparks flowing through our brain, our nervous system. So is there a way that we can conjure up some sort of pulse with our hands to be able to conjure up some sort of electrical energy? Which we could naturally do because we're electrical based. And we have a lot of water based, so electrical runs through us very, you know, obviously, you know, you can get static, you know, you ever rub your feet in that and you get static, that's basically what it is. But I always wondered that. And so I studied it. I did my first, like, electrical nervous system pulse. Which, you're probably like, what the fuck is that? Basically what I did is, I basically charged up, I guess, the neurons or whatever in my brain, I guess the neurons in my brain, to a point where I made a charge, and I sent it through my spine. And like I just did just now, I sent it through my, you know, my brain stem. I could literally like pop my back with the power of my brain. Like, you ever stacking that, you know, you're like, oh man, pop my back. If I get enough charge, then my back will realign. I'll actually pop my back. I've done it so many times. I send so much energy through it and it pops my back. And like even with my my neck injury and that, like if I'm doing massively heavy meditations, I'll send so much energy through my neck and that. My neck will actually fucking hurt, and like it just relaxes a little bit more. And like I'm starting to notice these little things in that, like tightening of the muscles. Like I'll take a pre-workout before I meditate heavy, so I have some creatine in me in that, because I don't want to get too, you know, I don't want to strain my muscles too much. So I drink a good amount of water and that. I'll try to eat a good amount of food, actually a lot of food, because for some reason I'll go completely like comatose. I'll feel like I'm like on the verge of passing out sometimes. I'll feel really fucking hungry. I tested it out. I done about a 30 or so minute meditation thing, and I say I ate maybe 1,000 calories, and I was so hungry that I went to this it was a Greek little restaurant, and I ate over 2,000 calories worth of food like it was nothing. I'm dead fucking serious. Like, my mom was there too. You have these big ass pound of meat gyros. I would say it's about a pound of meat on it. A lot of fucking meat. Big ass gyro guy. Got the cheese on it, tomato on it, got the little cream sauce on there. It was huge. Like, you had to carry it in 2 hands. It was rather big. And so I you know, right there was probably like 800-900 calories. I ate that up like it was nothing. I had these nice little crispy fries and that. So I had some, what the fuck is that called? It's a hot sauce. Sriracha sauce with ketchup. A little too hot for my taste. I forgot to mix it pretty good. Put some salt in there. Ate my basket of fries. I'd say my mom probably ate maybe like, say, 10% of her fries. I ate almost 2 baskets of fries with this enormous pound of meat gyro. And like, it felt so good. So I'm like, okay. Taking tips. Researching it. Enormous heavy when I say electromagnetic, I mean actually electrical, you know, pulses to be able to get my body to pump up to a certain extent to the vastity of myself, or the biggest I can guess I can get out of being pumped up. And so it clears out my mind. But there was one day, I say this about a month or so ago, I ate enormous amount of food. Like, I was at my max calorie ratio, which is like 3,000 calories. It was at nighttime, roughly. I'd say like, I don't know, like 8-9 o'clock. I meditated to the point that I felt I bumped up to a new level of consciousness. I've never felt like this my whole entire life. Like, I felt purely enlightened to where I was just like, my thoughts were my own, and I felt like, I guess you could say, like, you felt like God. You felt like you were just existing. It was amazing. Like, I feel like a higher conscious person. Like, the brain flow was amazing. I felt so complete. My energy was through the fucking roof. I mean, I couldn't even fall asleep. I was sitting there for like probably about 2.5 hours, just like, holy shit. And I felt amazing. Like, I just didn't know. The feeling was so positive and so great that it just blew my mind. I was just like, holy shit, the energy's flowing through my body, and then like, I have it right now flowing through my body because I already activated it, so I'm getting this slow, like, constant charge. And it was amazing. And like, it was like, I could feel like I just like throw out a, you know, a kamehameha kind of thing, and like, it was extraordinary thing. And man, I'll tell you what, if this shit that I'm doing, or this magnificent thing that I'm doing, is gonna become a researchable thing, and that every other human can be at least tap into at least the basics of it, I promise you, with the decades of training myself to get to this point, for humanity itself, it'll change the fabric of this world. Change it for the best for everybody. Now, I know I'm playing video games and that, and I talk a lot on that, but this is my serious talking point. I'm doing this for humanity itself. I want to change the world because humanity deserves to be better than what they are now. We deserve to be a higher conscious humanoid-based creature, or human. We're so worried about money and greed. You can worry about that stuff, or you can just let it happen. Let the world and nature give you the knowledge to grow, which is the ideas you have in your head. We live so long, we do absolutely nothing with our life because of the system. Yeah, that's why I always go back. You remember when you were a kid and that you thought about doing this and doing that, doing this, doing that? I always want to be a doctor and I can make a lot of money in that. Then you realize you can't be a doctor because it's too much studying. That's where YouTube, social media comes in, internet comes in. Why? Because we can show the world that you don't need to be a doctor to make good money. We can all work together. All I say is if one person gives if one person itself gets $1 million from 1 million people giving only $1, that person becomes a millionaire. That's just how it is on YouTube, for instance. If I get 1 million subscribers and all of them donate me $1 million, I'd be a millionaire. And what would I do with that money? Well, I'd be like the rest of these guys and that. Buying big houses and that and showing off their cars and that. People go, man, he's cool. No, I do research with that. I would demand to be inside a room where it's nothing but purity, you know, having the things that I desired, but make it to where it's super positive and force this evil entity that's been put upon our world. I'm not saying religious and that, but there's a lot of evil in our world and that. And a lot of it's because people are misunderstood. They travel down this dusty road with thorns in it. They don't have anyone to chip the thorns away as they're walking through. And sometimes, you know, you might get lucky enough to get a mentor. You might get lucky enough to get someone, to get good parents and that. Whatever. But I did this alone, just like some people did. But I surpassed the normal people. And yes, you might be thinking, I'm sure I'll get subscribers and that. I promise you, on my own life, that, you know, eventually I would die anyway, but I would say as of right now, I promise you, I did what I did to try to make humanity and myself better. Because we have to work together, man. Life is not meant to be solo. Even though I don't have friends, don't have people, but I do have a lot of people that actually respect me. But it's a solo job right now. Because it could be scary. This could become a cult. So once you tap into this, I promise you, it's going to look a lot different in life. You're going to look at life a lot differently. You're accept reality for what it is. And the first thing to start off with, I'll give you a little hint. Know who you are first. And work on that person that you are to make that person a better person. So as I'm saying is, don't be a victim to your own life, because I've been there, done that shit, did it so long, blamed everybody else, asked the question why me, God, why me this? God gave me, either God gave me the answer with it, or I just got it on my own because I finally realized I need to believe in myself first before I believe in anybody else. Which pushed me forward. Try to say whatever things I do wrong, I need to make it right. And always be truthful to yourself by knowing who you are. The mistakes you make. Number one rule, most people in that their egos and pride get in front of those mistakes they make, and they insist on not learning. I promise you, when you go through the motions and you say, I make mistakes. I say, I'm fat. I grab my fat. I do it in front of people. I always have my window open when I do my meditations. I always have people that watch me. And they do. I have some people that watch me in that. Why? Because I'm not scared of who I am. That is the first thing to break, is that fear of who you are. You don't need to be like Dwayne Steroid Johnson. People say he's not on fucking steroids. Give me a fucking break. Motherfucker's on steroids. Whatever type of steroids he's on, might be a lower dose, higher dose. You might be HRT or TRT or whatever it is, you know. Testosterone, you know, stuff and that. The dude's bigger than what he's ever been. He's 55. No excuses. You can't constantly get bigger. But yeah, don't follow people like that. Now, you can take exercises from them, because exercises, no matter what you get injected in or whatever that is. Yes, exercise to work. Yeah, there's a lot of bodybuilders that look at that for exercise that. But, you know, believe in yourself. You can gain knowledge from other people, but it doesn't mean you have to follow them 100%. Just gain your knowledge, take it for yourself, and make it yourself. That's what knowledge is. But create new knowledge, that is the thing that we are very most likely hard to do. And you can ask why. Well, because you have to think of it first. And that's what I did. And sometimes you might have to waste and sacrifice a lot of your life to do it. And I did. Did for myself, I did for whoever wants to listen to me. Did for whoever wants to be a better, legitimately more positive, better person. Now my meditations are crazily different. I'm not them, you know, people that sit there with their legs crossed and do the whole finger thing. Yes, that is a form of meditation. My meditation is more strict. I'm not a pansy. I can relax my body by taking a shit, more or less going which does work. Especially if you are taking a shit. You ever relax taking a shit? It feels great. When you push that fucker out, normally it hurts like hell. But I don't have to do that. I get to send an electrical pulse through my nervous system and it relaxes me. I don't need to fucking go, I just go, boop, it's done. I do it all the time. Just imagine if you could do it. You ever tried? Yeah, it's hard to know how to do it, right? Yeah, because it's new. I developed my own meditation. I developed my own way. To keep on fighting the negativity inside you, inside me, inside everybody. A snap of a finger, you can feel better. Can't say it's gonna just get rid of it altogether. It's a constant pace. You work out from different angles, so stay positive. Use your childhood excitement as a positive role of happiness to push you forward and be more positive. So for instance, this game I'm playing. Talk about this game and bring back my childhood literally makes me cry. It's an emotional thing. I believed in, you know, Bowie, which is the main character of this. You know, him becoming a hero in that, and that's what I always want to be. There's a huge chance that's where I'm becoming now. I'm working out. I've been training for long. You know, so I'm punching, stuff like that. I'm very good at martial arts and that. I mean, I may not be the most, you know, skinniest person. My legs are my weakest point right now. Not weakest point, but I need to develop my legs more. But yeah. So I trained with that for a long time too. Ever since I was little. And so people at the gym, they see me do my punch work in that, they're always looking. They're always astounded. I'm throwing out enormously, you know, fast punches and that. I'm just fucking cranking shit out and that. Doing elbows, doing stuff like that. I'm just, you know, I do what I want to do. I love it. Oh man, he needs to water me. You're gonna dehydrate. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. You know, subscribe and like, and please, if I do stream that, I would love to talk to some of the people out there, especially Zoe from Eurogamer. If anyone watches Eurogamer, that I would love. I'll give her my number that we can talk in person. I would love to talk to her. Not. It is a research purpose, but I, you know, get to know her that, and you know, and try to promote a better, positive life for her. Maybe it'll ricochet off her to the fans. But you know, it's a it's a difficult journey, but it's worth every ounce of gold that you might think that you might get if you worked on making all this money. It's worth the life that you have to make it better. Not everyone's gonna need it, but when you go down your luck and shit happens, always think about this. Think about when you were a kid and you were most happy, or a video game, anime, cartoon, whatever it is. Focus on that happiness. Focus on that time that you had, a place, something. But the biggest thing is you have to be with yourself, no one else, because it's about you, not about someone else. So if you integrate a woman into it, or a friend, that's not how it works, because that's going to make you sad and more depressed. You have to bring out just that positive happiness from your life. That's the first thing I did. I call it the happy thoughts. I call it an experiment because it's still experimental, because I can't say it always works, but it worked for me. You close your eyes, you lay in bed, or you're sitting there and you're trying to, like, you know, stay awake in bed or whatever it is, tired, not tired, sitting on the desk, sitting in your underwear, have a jock strap on your face, whatever the fuck you like to do. Close your eyes, think about that moment. Now it has to be a moment. It can't be a whole scenario. It has to be that moment. You visualizing that little moment of like a 10-second spree of you just playing that game and watching that anime. Which I know a lot of you out there that are around my age, in your 30s now or mid-20s now, know about all the 90s animes that came out on Toonami and that. That was the biggest childhood thing for me. Sailor Moon, Inuyasha was my favorite. You had, you know, All-Star, Dragon Ball Z was huge. The Freezer Saga, I remember it was a Freezer Saga when that first came out, man, that was amazing. You know, and think about that little thought of seeing Goku becoming Super Saiyan, and then that's when you'll start to think, man, I was a happy person. That's not gonna stop now. You'll be happy and be positive. And that will bring out the greatest power in you, which is your emotion to be positive. And then you can succeed to be closer to where I'm at in life with my mind. I might be broke as fuck, but I tell you what, I'm the happiest human being on this planet. Why? Because I love myself a lot. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says about me. And I love that people talk about me. Bad or good. Because that means that they're starting to notice me. So keep it positive. Do that happy thought experiment. Maintain that positivity. And your mind will thank you for it. Your body will thank you for it. You'll become more immune to sickness in that, or be having better, you know, sickness resistance. Because that negativity puts toll on your body. That's why it's good to stay positive. And another thing is, if stuff happens, you have to let it happen. It's in your control or not. If it's in your control, you can do something about that, but you have to let it happen one way or another. Now, if it's, you know, getting hit by a car or not, more or less, don't get hit by a car, you know. But when it comes down to little things like dropping a fork on the floor, try not to get mad at yourself over it. People do that a lot. Just say, it dropped on the floor. You pick it back up and wash it off. Because that little positive thought's going to change the fabric of how you do things, period. Accept things for what they are, not for what they're not. So a lot of people like to be judgmental. A lot of people like to guess at things. Stop guessing at things you don't fucking know. If you never ask the question, you'll never know the answer, right? Stop answering something that hasn't been asked yet. So ask the question. Stop being such a coward. If a girl likes you, not, you could do many things to figure out if she likes you not. A lot of it's eye contact. If a girl looks at you a lot, more or less she likes you not. Now, if she's a teenager, more or less her emotions are all over the place. Just stay positive and confront her when she's most likely alone, because it makes it easier. You know, in front of friends that they don't like to shoo you away or whatever. But even with friends that, try it. That's that confidence. That's that positivity. If she doesn't like you, then move on. That's the hardest part. Even for me, it's love is something that is way too powerful. That love emotion, or that attraction emotion, pretty much I call it a bang emotion. You just want to fuck them anyway, honestly. That's what love is at first. It's a very intense emotion. Now, I'll tell you a scenario right now. There's this one girl at a restaurant. I still like her in that, but like, she will not talk to me because she has a boyfriend now. But she does like me now. She said, I'll take you out a day wherever I break up with my boyfriend. And like, nothing's been happening. It's been close to a year now, and like, I'm just sitting like, okay, whatever. And so she does this one thing. She does a power move. It's fucking. She talks to my mom. My mom's with me because I listen to my parents' dad, so I do a lot of things with my mom and that because I appreciate my mom. And like, she talks to my mom and talks about, you know, doing, you know, working out exercises now. Because she knows exercise, like, you know, obviously I've got pretty decent sized arms now. And like, she gives my mom her number. And this is how pathetic it is. I'm all excited. I'm like, okay. I know she's just doing that because she doesn't want anyone to notice that. She wasn't some girls think because you have a boyfriend that you can't get closer to another guy or you feel like a slut. If you want to fuck me anyway, you're gonna fuck me anyway. Whatever. And so I texted her. I got her number, so I texted her that, and she pretty much just downgraded it and said, I don't know who this is. I'm like, okay. So I told her, you know, what she said in that, and then she stopped messaging me altogether. And it was when she was at work, and that when my mom just got her number. So I felt really bad. That was the first time I had mass anxiety. This is why I don't like women when they pull games with guys like me. I mean, I moved on from that. I basically just like deleted her number and I delete the messages that. If it comes out, it best thing to do is delete the messages, delete the pictures, just delete everything. Just get it out of your fucking head. Because, you know, out of sight, out of mind. And I did my burst in that. It was a hard meditation. It was very difficult to get it down. Because, like, digesting all that emotions and that. And just, like, trying to just, like, get it to go away. So it took me, like, a whole day. Like, once I fell asleep and woke back up, and then I felt like I normally do now. And, like, I just thought about it, and that, like, it's like, man, she did that because she doesn't want anyone to notice. And now I'm like, to me, it's just like, if you like someone that, just break up with them. Of course, it's not easy for someone that's fucking retarded, I guess. Or someone that's not as educated or smart with emotions like I am. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't like you. You're fucking ugly. Get the fuck out of here, you know? But she dated someone that she's been friends with. I was like, okay, girls and boys, let me tell you a big, huge thing. You don't date your fucking friends. I'm sorry to say, unless that person's really good to you and you understand that they're going to be good to you in a relationship, people change. Friends that are really good to you being friends normally don't become good boyfriends. Why? Because sometimes they're not being who they are in front of you. They're normally being fake as fuck. Or they are being who they are. This person looks at her phone. He's controlling. He's commanding. He's just fucking ugly. He's one of the guys that has a six-pack, and he thinks a six-pack makes him look pretty. I'm pudgy, so to speak. I got a little bit of chunky monkey on me. That dude's ugly in the face. My God, he looks like someone stepped on him with a fucking old printing press. Just smashed his fucking face in. Like, he's like, oh, I got a six-pack though. Yeah, you're gonna need that six-pack because you fugly as fuck. You look like your face got food bar, if you know what I'm talking about. Ooh, the generation that my generation. You all fucked up. It was funny because it started off that it was in between. Like, before she had both of that, we were, you know, talking that. And she got a crush on me and that, blah, 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 but the guy asked her out that Friday because I don't like moving fast. Relationships that are fast are fucking stupid. You're like, you look at him, you're like, oh my God, I'm in love with you. Like, oh my God, I'm in love with you. And you ask him out. No, stop. Take a month or so to date and get to know someone before you completely say, do you want to be my girlfriend or boyfriend? And ask them some serious questions like, who the fuck are you? How many times you jack off a day? How many skeletons do you have in the closet? Do you have any secrets? How many gay best friends did you have sex with that you didn't want to tell anyone? And them questions are important. Why? Because you can't get to know someone when they lie to you or they just make them like, oh yeah, I got a nice car. They talk about themselves being so great and that. Talk about the bad stuff first. Talk about how smelly your fucking shits are when you fucking shit. That stuff's important. Why? Your shit stinks, dude. You might as well warn them up front. That's what I would do. Like, yeah, I rip huge ass when I have so much protein drinks and that because I have to. The shit stinks. That's important. Bad stuff first. Good stuff later. Because then they know that you're at least more good than bad. People do all this good stuff first to show up front because they want to get laid. But I'd be damn, people, come on. Come on. Okay, I'm done. Okay, that's enough ranting. Wait, like, subscribe, and keep positive, people. Love yourself, and don't give a shit what people say about you. That just means that they just don't like you, or they do like you. So, we can do this right. Okay.